cans of Progressive soup. I pack, 18 this, 19 that. All these different things. What's up, Nick? All these different things that you pack or you put into your storage or whatever you're storing. That's what makes this a fun topic. You can debate them all day long. I am far from an expert and I don't know everything about it. I do know this. I don't want to pack. Yes, it can easily turn into 3 hours. I don't want to pack 47 hours of stuff, and I don't want to pack, 47 million pounds of stuff, and I don't want to be like packing a cheese pizza. It's not realistic. So when you get into these extreme preppers that have thousands of rounds and they have 47 frozen pizzas and they have 18 pairs of boots, it's not completely realistic. It's not completely realistic. I would say some of the most overlooked things are fresh socks, fresh underwear. There's too many scenarios, Mark. What I'm trying to boil this down to is the most basic scenario. And the most basic scenario is, what bag can I grab in my house and run out the door? Okay? That's the most basic scenario in my humble opinion. So in operating in that most basic scenario, and I know Cassie wants to get into the do you have 5,000 rounds of it? People put amounts, they peg amounts in their head. I need 4 weeks of food. I need 40,000 rounds of ammunition. I need 47 pairs of socks. And I need 18 gallons of ice cream. You don't have to peg that I do this or I'll jump on this bandwagon. I'll say this. It's really scary. And I think it's scarier than people will understand, but the fallout will pave the way. I think there'll be a lot of fallout from this. I think it'll keep happening. And I think in the end, not only has the truth come out, we always say the truth will come out. The truth is coming out. But I think time dictates truth too. You'll get to the motive behind it. He felt like he deserved more attention than he was getting. Some are saying that it wasn't him that did this, that the show is the one who set this whole thing up, and that he thought it was real the whole time. I don't know about that, but it's something to think about. Of course. Of course, they're all things to think about. Of course. Thank you guys on YouTube for tapping thumbs up and chiming in. Daryl says, I don't know if it's the mob, it's just quick emotional reactions, but that proliferates the mob. And that feeds the mob. But I'm telling you, this mob mentality, part of being an adult as you grow older and as you to somebody's point, they could have been used in crimes. And if their gun's used in crimes, do you really want to own a gun that shot somebody? And it was part of a criminal investigation. I'm not sure you want to own that, to be honest with you. And I'm sure they pull the valuable ones out. I think people kind of went a little crazy with that initially. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's get him. It's like a let's get him mentality. So I think that's just got to chill out. So for the most part, I think by and large, the response has been pretty much the same once everybody calmed down. So it's been cool to see that. Do I think it's a big deal that Surefire donated money to Democratic candidates? Of course, I think there's something there. But I don't think I don't know the details on it all. They've also given a ton of money to Republicans. That could be a local guy that ran and, maybe he's pro-gun. Maybe he visited the facility. What's up, Matterhorn TV? Still going back and forth with you. So, I don't know every little detail of these cases just yet. We'd spent a lot of time, and we talked about the Jussie Smollett thing all week, too. And that was another thing that we kind of get into. That is what it is. He, now since it's come out, like this might be like way deeper, there's more news coming out each day, it's becoming like a whole thing. So that's going to keep unraveling, guys. That's going to keep being a thing. So stay tuned. The chief came out. I think it was the chief. Yeah, it was the chief in the town. And he went freaking nuts. I mean, he went bananas. He condemned the whole act. It was the superintendent of police, not the chief. I mean, he condemned the whole act. I mean, he went bananas. So we'll see what happens as that keeps unraveling. That's like the gift that keeps on giving to the news, right? But we'll see. We'll see if they run with it. Let's see how it goes. But by and large, I think, it's been an interesting week. Yeah, he was not happy, Knox. He went bananas. He was not having it. He was not feeling it. Not a good look. Job establishing the baseline. Now, as far as all the different things you're training for, whether it's life, Division I sports, maybe you do jiu-jitsu, maybe you do whatever it is you do. I don't know. Like, Dima, I don't know what you're into now. Maybe you just go to the gym and you just want to rack some weights. You have to determine what your commitment is. Like, I can make it to jiu-jitsu twice a week. I can make it to... You always have to determine what the takeaway is. Like, Frenny just competed in a tournament. I believe it was a Naga tournament. Frenny, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I forget. And he hadn't jumped into one of those in years. He's like, oh, fuck it, I jumped in. Now, what's the takeaway? You always have to determine what your takeaway is. His takeaway from that was he understood where he was because he hadn't competed in something like that. So whether it's you go play in a pickup flag football league or you go play in a pickup tennis match, you get an understanding for where you are. Like when I started doing jiu-jitsu, I got an understanding for where I was. Wow, my gas tank's really weak. I got to work on that. This is really weak. I got to work on that. That's really weak. I got to work on that. So you see the things that you have to get better at. And you work on the things that you have to get better at. And it's not going to come overnight. Frenny's not going to go out and win a Naga tournament walking in cold, maybe unless he's a purple or black belt, without a certain level of training. Now, I've gone through different phases in life. Played football, played sports, everything else. Played all these different things. Why now, at my age and stage of the game, have I switched